What's up, y'all? My name is Devontae, and I sacrificed my time so you don't have to. So I sort of kind of touched on this with the Mercedes Mone video I did a couple of months ago. Go grow some hair on your balls. Go watch that video. When she started to insult the fan, the fan who came up to her table, and for some reason you have a bunch of dumbass marks who come to her defense, and, they go out of their way to berate the fan who was clearly a fan of hers and was clearly just trying to, for the most part, console her, asking her hey, you're a better superstar now than you ever were in WWE. How do you feel about this? And then, and her first thing to do was to pretty much go out of her way to rip the fans' balls off, right? And I talked about this, and lo and behold, not all, but a good chunk, a surprising chunk of a lot of people were coming to the defense of Mercedes Mone. And this is a big problem in professional wrestling, really in how would you say celebritydom? I don't know how would you actually say it. But this whole fandom overall of just having this parasocial relationship for a celebrity. And it's so disgusting. It's so fucking disgusting. I can tell you right now, I am nowhere near even remotely close to being famous. But within, a subsection of the IWC, I have a small name. And I would hate for anyone to go out of their way to take up for me. In such a dumb fucking way. I know the things that I say are not fun, or I know they're egregious. I know some of them can be horrible. But I like shock jock, edgy, dark humor, and I know some people are going to object to that, especially in 2024. The last thing I need is for anyone to take up from me in the comment section and pretty much lie and say things like, well, he meant it this way, well, he meant it. No. When I call someone a slur, I mean it. It's based as fuck. I don't care. I am telling you explicitly, do not take up for me when it comes to people calling me out on the negative things that I say, because I mean it. Every last word I mean. From the jokes, from the humor, from the comparisons, from the political takes, I mean every word I say. If I make a joke about black people, I mean it. When I make a joke about women, I mean it. I don't back down on anything that I say because it's based. Now, eat a dick. I mean that too. But I see people come to the defense of all these wrestlers, and it's dude, you're such a simp. You're such a loser, bro. These wrestlers don't give a goddamn hell who you are, what you mean to them. You are nothing more. Let me tell you. Okay, you want to hear a difference between me and some of your favorite wrestlers? I don't care for your money. I don't need your money. I don't want your money. It's a fun hobby. You don't like it, you can always unsub. I ain't gonna stop you. In fact, if you're that kind of person, I'm actively telling you to unsub and go eat ass for a living. I'm telling you to do that. But for the celebrities, they have to be nice to you on certain occasions because you benefit their bottom line, because you benefit their paycheck, okay? There is no job in the world like a celebrity, because celebrities, no matter what they do in life, they'll be rich as shit. So they'll say whatever ridiculous shit off of their mind, and that's fine. That's okay if that's your premise. But don't sit back and pretend, the fans that is, don't pretend as if any of these celebrities give a gosh darn motherfucking titty kangaroo dick about who the fuck you are, or whether or not you defend them, or why the fuck you defend them, or where you defend them, because they don't care about you any of the day. They're eating, alright? That celebrity made more money off of that tweet than you will ever see in your fucking lifetime. So why are you coming to their defense? Now, it's one thing if it's something objective in the news, for an example. That's one thing. That's just you being, a basic good person, a person with nice morale, morality, who cares? My point being is you're just being a good person. If you're coming to give your opinion about a certain superstar, whether it's them being bad or them being good, if you have proof, if you have, acknowledgement of what's being done, that's completely different. But to just outright come to the defense of a wrestler, like, why do that when they fucking hate you? I cannot say this enough. In particular, fuck the wrestling celebrities, the professional wrestlers right now. You know why I talk so much shit about even my favorite wrestlers? Because I know in the end of the day, generalizing here, they do not like me, especially people like me, in particular me. They don't like me in general. And if you're on this channel and you like my content, 9 times out of 10, they don't fucking like you either. And for the people who are out there pretending, well, maybe if I say a couple of nice things about these wrestlers, because God knows they're going to actually look at my tweets in the end of the day, my name, Joshua Tardfuck, like they're going to actually come to Joshua Tardfuck's Twitter handle, and they're going to look through all his tweets, and they're going to say, holy golly gee willikers, that guy right there, he makes a bunch of good comments. I'm going to buy him a steak dinner. Give me some tickets to WrestleMania, even though I work for AEW. And, gosh, I might just suck his dick, I might just pull his pants down right there and just give him that old 1-2 buckle to my shoe with my tongue in my throat. Like, no, that's not happening. Look at this tweet from Saraya. This is the main reason why I made this video. She puts out and you've seen the thumbnail already. She tweets out, the IWC are obsessed with how many bumps I take every match. It's bizarre. Yes, Paige, I understand that your mom and dad, they weren't there all the time in your life to give you the love and care and nurture that you needed in order to, be an upstanding human, rather than going out there being a cum dumpster baby hater. That's fine. I understand that's how you like to carry yourself, Paige. But what they're doing, those fans who are obsessed with how many bumps you're taking every match, that's called caring for someone. It's not bizarre. It's not weird. It's called caring for somebody. You fucking lunatic. But that's what happens. I mean, we're talking about a person who was in a relationship with another person who got the shit beat out of her. And, golly gee willikers if she understands what the hell morality actually is. Am I right? But that's just one example. You have so many different examples of wrestlers jumping on social media and just straight up outright shit talking the fans. They even have a straight up word for it. And they don't even hide it anymore. They flat out call you marks. You know what a mark is? A sucker, a simp, a gimp, a loser, a target. We take that and sometimes we like to use it in euphemistic ways. Oh, I'm marking out for someone. Oh, I'm a mark for that wrestler. That's a term of endearment. But never forget what that word actually originates from. It originates from customers who don't know anything about the business, who think wrestling is fucking real, and this is their way to, con a sucker. Because wrestlers, at the end of the day, for the most part, never mistake it. It's fun for all of us. We all love professional wrestling. If you're listening to the sound of my voice, there's a good chance you like professional wrestling, or at the very least, you're going to pretend you don't like professional wrestling because you're the cool kid on the playground. My point being is, though, the whole point behind a mark, it's supposed to say that they're going to con us, and professional wrestlers are the biggest con artists of the 21st century. They literally outright tell you they're con artists. Everything is predetermined, okay? They're not actually hitting each other. They're fake hitting each other. Sometimes it might be real. That's just the risk that they take. But the objective is to not hurt themselves on a predetermined basis going forward. And then they try to present it as a real sport. That's professional wrestling in a nutshell. All right, not since magicians in the 1800s could you have found a bigger con. Now, outside of Tony Khan, but my point being is, that's a con game. But it's a con game that doesn't hurt anybody. But understand that the whole aspect behind being a mark, that's where it comes from. And that's what they think of you in the end of the day. You are a dollar sign. You are nothing more. You are nothing less. That wrestler that you love so much that you're going to jump on social media and try to defend, again, it's one thing if it's just some type of person being a complete asshole. And I'll just give an example. You have some douchebag going out there and say Brody Lee just passed away, and he goes out of his way and he makes an account called Haha Brody Lee's Dead, which, by the way, that's an actual shoot. I've seen that on my own channel. That's something else. Like, you're just trying to take that person to task. I mean, even though that's kind of stupid also, just report the account, but whatever. And even then, I don't even indulge that. Don't report the account either. No, stop being a pussy and ignore his comment. But my point being is, I understand going after that comment, right? But to outright go out of your way to take up for a wrestler? My nigga, they have 6, some of them 7 digits in their bank account. You think they give a flying fuck that you're taking up for them? I want you right now to go tweet at your favorite wrestler and ask them, what did I eat for dinner last night? Did my car start when I woke up? How much money did I spend on my groceries, and was it my money? Oh, it wasn't your money. It was definitely my money, right? If you have kids, hey, Paige, were my kids tucked in bed? Huh? Oh, how about this? If your kids happen to have some type of health risk or injury, or you yourself or any family member, because you're so worried about how many bumps Paige is taking, that's one good thing I will say. You know what? In a way, Paige, you're right, Paige. It is bizarre. Because why the fuck should anybody give a shit about you? You are a peon. You are a nobody in the end of the day, okay? You are no different than the rest of us in this world. The only difference is you make more money than us and you're more famous than us. That's it. You bleed and you breathe just like me. No different. So why the fuck are these people giving a shit about you taking bumps and stuff like that? Go worry about your kids. Go worry about people who are actually directly associated with you. All right, I got a saying when it comes to professional wrestling, especially when it comes to these actual fucking marks. Yes, I'm using the derogatory term, marks, because that's what you are in the end of the day, in more ways than one. I got a little bit of a saying, okay? When it comes to my reaction, it ends at the transaction. That's it. No further, no going back. That's it. I pay my money, I watch you. In this case, because I have the channel, I review you, and I go to the next story. That's it. No more. Nada. Zilch. That's it. Now, maybe it's a little bit different for me because my audience, some of them, they're cool as shit. And yeah, I might be running the risk of a parasocial relationship, but for the most part, we have the exact same humor. It ain't a parasocial relationship with a bunch of fucking woke tards who will go out of their way to take any kind of explicit message that you're putting out there and trying to turn it against you. The people that I have a parasocial relationship with in the comment section, for an example, these are cool dudes. These are people who are awesome. These are people who have the same mentality as I do. So one may argue, yeah, it's a bit of a parasocial relationship there. I'm not going to argue with that. But at the same time, guess what? There's a good shot, there's a good chance that I probably would be friends with them outside of YouTube if that were ever actually the case. Paige ain't being friends with you, Sylvester. Okay? She ain't being friends with you, Chester. Okay? She ain't being friends with you, Harry. None of you guys are ever going to be friends with fucking Paige. So do me a favor and take that wallet, and you got cash inside it, go use it to go better yourself and go get a real girlfriend, start a real family, and do something that's a little bit more active for your life. The only thing that Paige should be getting out of you is a dollar amount if you're paying to watch AEW content and she happens to be on it. If she isn't, too bad, too sad, get mad, I'm glad. That's about it. But stop it with these parasocial relationships. Folks, stop it with the cucking of the wrestlers. Stop it with the simping of the divas. Stop it with the consistently coming after the wrestler and saying to yourself, I'm your biggest fan. And they got here a mini, and he's a mini, and therefore mini gonna get this mini. You just stop. It's embarrassing. It's cringe. It's gross. It's disgusting. If there was anything bad about the internet that came out of all this, is the fact that people actually think that their voice matters in the end of the day when talking to these celebrities. Or maybe I won't visit the internet, just social media in particular. Your voice does not matter to these celebrities. This is nothing more than a new medium for them to get more extra revenue out of whatever avenue they created for themselves to make you believe that you have an actual fucking relationship or a connection with them, okay? There's a reason why I will not take any actual president at all There is nothing that's off limits. I will diss any wrestler. I will diss every wrestler. I don't care if you're dead. I don't care if you're alive. I don't care if you have kids. I don't care if you have a disability. Because in the end of the day, you're living a much better life than me. And if what I'm saying concerns you that much versus the life that you're actually living at the moment, that says more about you than it does about me. Especially if I'm doing it with everybody. It ain't like I'm targeting one particular person. I'm doing it with everybody. And if you feel like you want to take my little cheap shot insult at your dumbass and pick that out of the bunch of other wrestlers who I fucking dissed also, whether you're a fucking celebrity, whether you're a wrestler, and more in particular if you're a fan, if you have a problem with me, for an example, going after Tony Khan, then going after CM Punk, then going after Sasha Banks, then going after Jim Cornette, then going after AEW as a whole, then going after WWE as a whole, then going after Kenny Omega, then going after the Elite, then going after Japan Wrestling, going after overall women's wrestling. If you have a fucking bone to pick with me suggesting one person I'm targeting outright, that says more about you and your belief, your reflection on how you feel about yourself than it does about me. I'm a guy who makes YouTube videos at the end of the day, okay? I ain't some fucking guy who needs to be your counselor or therapist trying to work you through this traumatic experience of a wrestler who didn't respond to your birthday cake message when reflecting off of how nice her ass cheeks look like. No, by the way, that'd be base as fuck if you did that. But no, that's not me. I'm the guy on YouTube who makes jokes, who fucking picks on these wrestlers and the stupidity of professional wrestling nowadays. That's who I am, and that's who I forever will be. You want to have a parasocial relationship with me? Knock yourself out. But understand at the end of the day, I have a real family, who I love and who I will contend to. And that's what benefits me, and that's who I care about at the end of the day. And on a bigger scale, that's what these wrestlers care for. And you are nothing more than a provider for their family. They will shit on you any chance they get. So, reciprocate that same message because they need you a hell of a lot more than you need them. As always, my name is Devontae and I'll be catching you guys later. Seriously, take this advice and let's better the wrestling community by telling these wrestlers they can go fuck themselves. Deuces, P. Ice.